Hello, everyone, and a very good evening to all of you. Welcome to today's debate session, and I'm very thrilled to see such a diverse and different participants gathered here today. Whether you are a seasoned debater or new to this argumentation or debates, I think that we all have something different. All have different perception, different opinion to put. So the topic we'll be discussing today is ethical dilemma of balancing scientific progress and animal welfare in testing. And I'm hosting Team A, which is supporting that there should be animal testing for our welfare, as we know that this topic is not only timely but also incredibly relevant to our lives and the society as a whole. So I would like to all you people to focus, to concentrate, and provide the feedback after the debate. But before that, I would like to invite my dear co-host Khushi to shed a light on the debate session, to introduce herself and her teammates as well. Khushi, please go ahead, dear.
Okay, thank you so much, Weirdo. Thank you so much for calling me. So, firstly, good evening to everyone, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be host over here. So, let's come to the point. Firstly, I would like to greet our judges, esteemed judges, passionate debaters, and beloved audience. Welcome to this mega debate on open competition in English Learner. Mm, I'm Khushi, your exquisite host, leading the charge of Team B, and this is wait a second. Yeah, and this is the one of the best session which I ever could find in the English Learner. This is not only the debate; it is the place where we can share our perspective, know the skills of the people, and share our knowledge too. So this is how we are going to do this debate. Let's come to the point and invite my friend Weirdo. So Weirdo, can you share the rules and the format of this debate?
Yes, surely, my dear. Thank you so much. So, before we begin, let's take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the format of today's debate. Although it is a bit similar with the previous debates, but we might have some new members and participants. So, we'll be having three rounds. The first round is arguments and counter round, in which each participant will have 2 minutes to present their argument, and that will be followed by 1 minute and 45 seconds of counters and questions. And in the second round, we'll be having a face-off round where participants will engage in direct exchange, addressing each other's argument, and they'll be given 5 minutes each. Two participants will be selected by the captain of the team for the second round. And in the final round, each team will have the opportunity to summarize whatever their teammates has presented. They will summarize all the points, and if they find anything new, they can add on to it. So these are the rules and the formats of the debate, but still we do have some do's and don'ts. So participants should focus on the do's and don'ts so they do not miss out on their marks, so they do not lose unnecessarily the marks. So Kushi, can you please share the do's and don'ts for the debate?
Yeah, sure, Weirdo. So let's familiarize ourselves regarding do's and don'ts. So the first rules that every participant is supposed to open your mic when the host asks you to open. Only when it's your turn to you open. So speak only what is required. Don't speak any abusive thing or do not use any other language rather than English. While delivering 2 minute content, host may stop you when time is up, but you can still continue speaking for 3-4 seconds more to wrap up. And now I think it is enough. And if anybody will use any abusive language and any other language, they can be disqualified. The not only one particular person, the whole team. So these are the rules and regulations of this and format and the rule of this debate. So now I would like to introduce. Now I would like to invite Weirdo for sharing their teammates and knowing about them.
Yes, Kushi. Thank you so much for explaining the do's and don'ts very clearly. I hope they are not having any issues with that. So let's begin again. Uh, my team, Team A, is favoring that there should be animal testing. So we can somehow come to new opportunities, so we do not lose human lives. So my teammates are Radhe, Nikhil, Ram, Ruby, Shirley, Surya, Palak. I repeat, my teammates are Radhe, Nikhil, Ram, Ruby, Shirley, Surya, and Palak. And I will say that these are the best participants I've ever have seen, and my team is looking very strong. I do not know about your team, so would you like to introduce your teammates?
Yeah, sure, we do. So I guess you are having a lot of misconception regarding your team. I must say that my team is more stronger and energetic than your team. So let's introduce about my teammates. First, all-rounder Mini, Harry, Puri, Angel, J, Vintage. I repeat, all-rounder Mini, Harry, Puri, Angel, J, Vintage. These are my participants, and I can see the enthusiasm of them. So hopefully, Weirdo, your team will be able to tackle with my teams, and they will be enough strong to tackle with my team's questions.
Oh, we'll see that. That is why we all are here, and that is why there are so many participants gathered here today. And we do have our judges for that. So, without further delay, let us start our first round, that is argument and counter question round. So, I would like to invite one of the best speaker from my team, that is Radhe Radhe, and she will shed light on the topic's introduction. She will cover all the things that what is the topic about and why we are having a debate on this particular topic today. Radhe Radhe, are you here, my dear?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I'm starting your timer. Please go on. All the best.
Okay. Okay. So, good evening, everyone. I'm Radhe Radhe this side, and I'm here to going to favor the animal testing. Now the question arises is that why only animals? So the thing is that the DNA of some animals is highly similar to the humans, and this clearly means that medicines for animals are also suitable for humans. And I'm not only saying this thing on the basis of the theory. There are also many people like Taylor Jeremy says that there are 9 kinds of animals have likely DNA with humans. Like the DNA similarity between chimpanzees and humans, there are 98 around or 99% have the similarity. And the other animal, the name is bonobos, and his DNA is similarity between humans is 99.6%. So this clearly proves that the accuracy of human experiments is guaranteed. Now the second question also will arise that why not humans? So because like in previous time, a volunteer who participated in the experiment was paid around $18,000. And I'm not saying this thing that all the experiment cost this. This was the cost that was paid to that volunteer only. Another thing, if we can say that if an experiment accidentally happens to the humans, okay, and it is not only loses a person's life, it also the destroys his family. Or if an irreversible accident occurs in the experiment, and the treatment of experiment it also humane, and it won't be human to deal with experiment animal than to deal with a volunteer. And there are also many researches that shows that animal testing had helped us to cure many diseases. And I would like to mean that animal testing like has already helped many kind of people better things. It's led to the creation of vaccines against tuberculosis and Ebola. It also helped to develop a medicine called Herceptin, and it also improves the breast cancer. It
Hey, Radhe
it's
Radhe, your time is up. Thank
okay.
you, my dear. You managed your time really well. So a good participant is someone who do not, leave their time. They use all of it. So, Kushi, who is going to come from your team to ask counter question to my teammate Radhe Radhe?
Yeah, sure. From my team, there would be all-rounder, and he is definitely going to contradict each and every point of Radhe Radhe. So let's see. So all-rounder, are you there?
Yes, I am. I really appreciate the warm greeting and the welcome. So, guys, first of all, greetings from my side. And as I am here for argument, so Radhe Radhe, from since you stated that most of the animals have about 98% relevant DNA as per human, that's stated for monkeys, and then there are also other animals. We see that mice are one of the most animal tested organisms that are used for this process, but we see that an analysis of over 100 mouse cell types, it was found that mainly 50% of the DNA was responsible for regulating these genes, which were matched with human DNA. Moreover, we also see that uh, even though you stated that there was some
Hey,
relativeness
all round
between
your
the.
time is up for asking question. Now please allow the time to my teammate to answer the
All right,
question.
sure.
Okay, thank you so much. And the question of the answer is, as you stated that mice has a nine like around similar to the humans also. Okay, so why this is because we also have to ensure one thing. Like every scientist is rushing to produce the vaccine for coronavirus during the global pandemic, and the vaccine is needed to be tested on animals like mice, because the direct application of the vaccine on human may cause the virus turn to its worst form. So it is really very important, and if we see the on the scientific point of view, then we always prioritize the human's life first. And another thing, we can also add this thing that also mice has, if we see the laboratory mice, then they have the only 3 years the life cycle. Okay,
Your time
and
is
there
up,
is a
Radhe Radhe.
okay.
Yeah. Uh, Thank you so much for answering so well. And please, the participant who are asking counter question, please do not explain your question that much that you'll cover all the time for the answering question. Please do not do it. We only have 1 minute and 45 seconds for this countering and answering thing. Okay? So I hope you'll follow that. So yes, my dear Khushi, what do you want to say about this?
Well said, by the way, Radhe Radhe. Let's see that how my teammates is going to give the well answer of each and every points. So can I invite my one of the most star debater of my team? Can I?
Yeah, sure. Let's see if he or she is a star or not. Please do invite.
Okay. Let's invite our one of the most intellectual and brave person of this debate. That's all rounder. Are you there?
Yes, I am. So again, as she stated regarding we prioritize humans, so I'm not asking that you shouldn't prioritize humans. Human life is surely important, but we also have alternatives. We got some cell cultures. We can produce clones. We can even produce clones of human cultures, human cell cultures. So we can test on them even. So why not use those alternatives? That's my question. Why should we just kill animals and test on them?
Yeah, you are supposed to put your argument that is for 2 minutes.
All rounder. It is your question. It is a perspective time. You can share your perspective.
So regarding this, we got alternatives. We are not on the side of killing humans. It is ethical response that it is in the law even. But we can't even kill animals as well. According to animal welfare, we are killing over 200 million animals each year. Even in the laboratories of US, there are over 110 million animals being killed each year in one laboratory even. And there are more than 154 laboratories worldwide, out of which even 6 are in New Zealand. Then I state that why do we even need to kill animals? Why do we even need to test on animals? And moreover, one more point that they are not even effective. Our 92% of drugs they are not effective on humans, although they pass the trials on animals. So that's my perspective. That's actual question even. We see that we apply those medicines, we apply those tests on animals, even on monkeys. Regarding polio, even we applied that on the monkey versus monkey. But how did we do it? We paralyzed the whole monkey for that. For the analysis of movement and function, we extracted the nervous system of a dog in order to just comprehend the movement and function of the
Hey,
limbs.
all rounder,
But we killed
your
the whole
time is
dog
up,
for
my
that.
dear. Yeah,
All right.
I gave you few seconds extra as you were asking questions rather putting your argument. So thanks for your argument. But guys, please do have the clarity that you have to put your argument for 2 minutes and then you'll ask question. And you can only ask question in the first round at once, not twice. Okay?
By the way,
Okay.
yeah, Dong, what about all rounder? Like how he given the memorable example of the like monkey, and I can see that he was really confident regarding his example as well. What do you think? Who is going to contest from your team?
Yeah, he was good, and I didn't see any fumble or anything. I was not able to see any nervousness because he did a very, a very minor mistake that he was not aware about it, that whether he has to ask the question or put his argument, he manages so well. And that is the quality we need in the debaters and these kind of discussions. By saying that, now I would like to invite my one of the best speaker that already has put her argument, Radhe Radhe, to ask question to your one of the best speaker all rounder. So Radhe Radhe, are you there, my dear?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Please do complete your question in just 40 seconds. Okay. I'm starting your time.
Okay. So my question is to you, all-rounder, that like, can you provide examples of successful medical treatments or discoveries that would not happen, been possible, like that would not have been possible without animal testing? And I also want to ask you one another questions also. Like you said that we should do experiment on other things. So like, should we taste on plastic, stones, or bricks? Yeah, my question is to you.
Should, should I start, hosts?
Yes,
Yes, sure.
yes, please do.
All right. So if you want an example regarding if there's any success rate in the, if there's any successful experiment we performed on a non-animal, so yes, there are numerous. We see that we performed some tests on the human cultured, on the human cells which were isolated, and we performed some experiments on them. And we found the whole research regarding the cancer cells. All right. And in despite to that, when we performed the same experiment on the rats, the success rate was merely 40%. The rest of the rats died. Moreover, the rats that passed the trial, the results were not applicable to humans. All right. So we did it. We performed the experiment on the cells of humans, but not directly. We isolated the cells. We cloned them. We grew them in the cultured laboratories in vitro. All right. And then we had the result, and it was truly applicable. All right. Moreover, if you state that animal testing is still applicable and it is something like that, still it is much low, it is much expensive even. All right, but that's another factor. We can get along with
Your
that
time is up,
in
my
the
dear.
next part.
All rounder,
Yes,
your
sure.
time is up. Well,
Okay.
that was a very detailed and good answer.
Hmm, that's fine. I can
Yep, it
say,
was.
yep. All rounder, it was really nice from you. I was whatever I was expecting from you. It was you were completely on my expectations, I can say, and you cleared the mention. You clearly mentioned the things that how it is going to be and how it already goes to. So yeah, it was really nice from you. So Weirdo,
Yeah, from my team, now I would like to invite my second teammate, that is Nikhil. Nikhil, you there?
Yes, ma'am.
And Nikhil would be sharing about the animal research and why we are advocating it. He'll be giving the points that you guys won't be able to deny. Okay, so Nikhil, go ahead.
Okay. So, as we all delve into the topic of animal testing, it is also crucial to shed some light on the history and evolution and like where do we stand today? It all started back in ancient civilization where animals were used for medical and scientific purposes. But it wasn't until like beginning of 18th, sorry, late of 18th century or beginning of 19th century that the animal testing gained significance when prestigious Dr. Edward Jenner found the cure for smallpox, which is a very debilitating disease and was putting many humans into a state of illness. So fast forwarding to present, we witness a scenario where animal testing is done under intense scrutiny. Scientists are compelled to look for alternatives, and their last resort is only animal testing. They have to follow the 3R model, which consists of reduction, refinement, and replacement. So they have to refine and only approach animal testing as their last resort. And moreover, let's not forget that humans have also been uh, treated or used for experimentation in the past, from Nazi experiments to like women being the father of modern gynecology also used women for testing their reproductive organs and even without anesthesia. So humans have also faced cruel experimentation in the past, and however, it's crucial to note that despite all these backlashes and controversies, many researchers
Nikhil,
still
your
advocate
time is up
to
for argument. Your
okay,
two
still
minutes
advocate to
are up.
continue this animal
Please
testing.
mute
Okay,
yourself, dear. Yeah,
okay,
thank
thank
you.
you.
So, yeah, you literally well managed your time. You completed all the aspects that are related to history in this topic. So, Khushi, who's coming to ask question to Nikhil?
From my team, Harry will come. Harry, are you there?
I am.
Please go ahead.
Okay, first of all, thank
Before
you so
that,
much.
Harry, sorry to interrupt you. Before that, please do not stop and ask in between whether you can start. Complete your question in between 40 to 45 seconds, and Nikhil, you can start answering the time he is completing his question. Okay. Now I'm starting the timer.
Okay, so first of all, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be part of this mega debate. So Nikhil, you put this argument. So first of all, I want to say that your argument doesn't ring a bell to me, right? Because it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. First of all, you mentioned historical event. I mean, past about ancient. Let me tell you one thing that this scientific discovery started happening only in modern time. There was no concept of scientific discovery with regard to animal testing. Okay, so one thing is there. Other than that, sorry, I am forgetting my point.
Yeah,
So
you
yeah,
have completed your
yeah,
40
got it.
seconds, Harry. No,
No,
Harry, the time is up for asking questions. Please, Nikhil, go ahead with
okay.
your answer.
Okay, I don't really get what he means by that. Animal testing is only prevalent in modern times. Like it is so far gone that even vaccines for polio, which is a very old disease, measles, rabies, rubella, and diabetes, insulin, and the HIV, ART drugs, these all were developed in such past periods. What do you exactly mean that this has only been like present in the modern times? It all roots down to our ancient civilizations, and yes, at that time the cruelty was to next level, but now organizations are there to overlook it and treat animals humanely.
Yeah,
Okay.
your 1 minute and 45 seconds are up. Thank you so much for listening to me and managing the time pretty well. So, as we are moving further, so it is the argumentation part from your side, Khushi. So, please invite your teammates for putting argument.
Okay, so I'm going to invite one of the eloquent speaker of my team, and that's Mini. Mini, are you there? Mini?
Yes, host, I'm here.
Okay, so you can proceed with your perspective.
Sorry for that, but there was a network issue. I didn't listen to that question. Can you please repeat?
It's your time to share your perspective within a 2 minutes. You don't need to ask question.
Okay, all right. Good evening, everyone. Today, I stand before you all to discuss a critical issue, that is the practice of animal testing in medical research. While this issue is complex and has historical roots, I urge you to consider the compelling medical arguments against animal testing. Firstly, it's very crucial to recognize that animals differ significantly from humans in terms of physiology, genetics, and anatomy. These differences can render findings from animal studies reliably when applied to human medical conditions. Countless studies have demonstrated that what works or is safe in case of animals doesn't probably work and doesn't necessarily translate to humans. For instance, drugs that have shown promising results in animal models have failed in human clinical trials, leading to setbacks in finding effective treatment of those diseases. More than 92% of experimental cancer drugs have been failed in their first phase of human clinical trials, even after successfully tested on animals. And at least 85 HIV/AIDS vaccines have failed to protect humans from this deadly disease, although and although tested on animals. As like one vaccine worked on monkeys, but in case of humans, it not only may work and not only be effective for the disease, but it raises or it may increase the possibility of that deadly disease, that is HIV/AIDS. As a whole, animal testing is so impractical as it takes a huge corpus, lot of time of researchers and big brains. Millions of animals and lives, and success rate is really very low. Even if they succeed in animal clinical trials, what
Hey,
about the
my
human
dear,
clinical?
your time is up. Thank you.
Mm,
Okay.
okay, Minnie. So I can say that Minnie, your speech was remarkable. I must say that how you differentiated between animals and the human being, not only differentiated the things, you just came up with the data and facts, which was really remarkable one. And now I would like to say the participants, please listen to me very carefully about the rules, because I can see that there is some of the minor mistakes is going on. So before moving to the next contradiction part, I would like to inform the rules again, that one participant will come from one team, team A, and he and she will share his and her opinion within 2 minutes. After that, the second participant will come from the opponent team, and he and she can ask and argue, and they can defend their question, cross question. They can ask cross question and defend their answers. So please be careful with your answers and questions as well. Wrap up within a 2 to 3, I can say 4 to 5 seconds, and might be you can take 20 to 30 seconds for asking question, and then you can move ahead to give the answers, to give the time to answer them. So I'm requesting you to please listen the things very carefully, and then ask any kind of question whatever you have in your mind. So hope now I trust that everybody would be clear with the rules and format, and they can ask, not only ask, defend their answers and ask questions as well, why it is not justifiable or not. So hope you understand. Now I would request to Weirdo to come up with your teammates, that who is going to contradict with meaning.
Yeah, see, dear, you were saying this that your teammates are the best, but I do not see that. I'm sorry. See, they are not even aware about the rules, but leave that, they'll learn. So it's fine. So, Nikhil, now you are allowed to ask question to Minnie on the basis of her argument, and please do not take more than 45 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay, so I would say that you are saying that animal testing is proving us wrong every time. But there have been significant breakthroughs and medical marvels in the past, as we are all aware of, and in the recent times as well. Like COVID-19 is the top of the game, and I would only name one because the list goes on. But let me ask you one question, that if we halt or ban medical testing, then and computerized models are still not up to the mark, then who would volunteer as a human to be tested on? Like, do you think you or your close ones would take a step forward to get tested on?
Minnie, please go ahead with your answers.
See, I got your question. There are a lot of alternatives. Instead of using animals in these clinical research, or to, in order to discover a medicine, we can use those alternatives as per they are most reliable to human anatomy, physiology, as I have mentioned in my introductory part, and and they are like less time taking, rather than we are it. Everyone knows that when it comes to animal testing, it took a lot of time. I mean, I can say decades, and it's so really, it proves very expensive. And in all, I'm not saying that in all the times it proved wrong, but uh, most of the times, in order to save, like, what about the environmental issues and all. And the thing you mentioned, like, there is also an expensive part of like money when it comes to researches and all. So there are a lot of
Minnie,
alternatives
your time is up, dear. Please mute yourself. Thank you so much. So, you guys did great. Both of you, you answered really well, Minnie, and that is how one's supposed to answer in this argument and answering round. So, let us move on to our next participant from my team, Team A. I would like to invite Ram. He gonna share about the alternatives that, like, why it have some loopholes and why there are a lot of scientific reasons that we cannot replace animals research. So, Ram, you there?
Yes, I'm there, weirdo. So,
Okay,
you may
please
not
start
know
your
that.
argument.
Okay, okay, thank you. You may not know how happy I am, but my words will tell how modern methods are complementary to animal experiments, not eliminating. Modern methods such as in situ, in vitro, organ on chips, micro dosing, functional MRI, etc., can eliminate many animal and human toxins. But and also enhance the safety and ethical use of animals in experiments. But question of eliminating animal testing, as one of the opponent members said, human culture cells perform better than animals. We must understand effects of some chemicals on living organisms are still poorly understood. Olivia Barcoro, European Chemical Agency's director, says it's difficult to develop non-animal models if you don't understand what it is that generates that effect. Animal experiments are irrepressible as they offer holistic view of biological system. Christiana Rudin, a professor at Sherlock University, says a mouse is not a perfect model for the humans, but it's much broader than one type of cell. At last, I would like to talk about a report of National Institute of Health USA, which says through these alternative approaches exist and advances are being made every day. Research which are animal continues to be essential for understanding human disease and developing treatments. Alternative approaches can't completely replace the use of animals at this time. At present time, we don't have those technology, those methods, and in also near future, we are not at close that we can completely replace complete biological organisms. If we want to test anything on know anything about biological organisms, how it will behave after in a drug, we can't take a computer visual organ only. We have to do a test on a living
Your
being.
2 minutes
If
are over, Ram.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. So, Khushi, who is coming from your team to ask him questions?
From my team, Pari will come to ask him question. Pari, are you there?
Hello, Khushi. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are perfectly audible. You can proceed with your question.
Okay, all right. So, as it is mentioned by Ram that alternatives are not that effective, but it is already proven that alternatives are more accurate and effective than animal testings. So, I don't think like it is not effective. So, I would like to know that we have so many alternatives and already it is proven that it is accurate. So, why don't we go for these alternatives
Yeah, I
methods?
got your
As
question.
and
Yeah, I want to tell you that when complicated endpoints are concerned, like for example, reproductive toxicity, developmental toxicity, or long-term chronic toxicity, these alternative methods can't tell you the exact thing. They are not providing the exact information. There are many limitations of each and everything. You yourself imagine you are testing on a one cell, one human culture cell. You are calling that's a human culture, but what about a holistic approach? Like you have, suppose you have taken a cornea and tested on it and the test passes, but what about other tests? Like how it impacts the health, how it impact emotionally to the human, how it impact the other, like how the human will start behaving in the environment. and that will not be able to, that alternative method solely can't be able to solve these problems. That's why there is a need. As I said, it works as a complementary. After doing after doing modern methods, after doing that test, we will test them in animals, and we will feel safe that yeah, living being is feeling safer in these tests. Then we will proceed towards the humans, and after doing the proper test in humans, we will do that. We will circulate that vaccine or drugs or anything which is my time is left, weirdo.
Yeah, your time is up.
Yeah.
No, not even 1 second. Yeah, thank you so much for answering it so well, and thank you so much, Pari, for asking such a good question. So, Khushi,
Hmm? Yeah, we are.
who is yeah, who is coming from your team to put the argument?
Yeah, from my team, it would
Okay,
be Harry.
before Khushi, wait. Before going with next participants, I would love to mention again rules.
Yeah, please.
So, so 2 minutes for speaking, 1 minute 45 seconds for counter each other. Don't make question answer session. 3 participants left, already completed in both teams. Now 4 participants left. Make it as a debate. 1 minute 45 seconds for counter each other. You can ask 2 and 3 questions, not only one question.
Okay, but please do make sure that you guys do not overlap each other. Allow each other to ask and answer. That is it. So, Khushi, please do invite your participant.
Okay, so I would like to invite one of the most intelligent person of this debate, and not only intelligent, having that knowledge and insightful knowledge which we really need in this debate. So I would like to invite Harry. Harry, are you there?
Yeah, I
Harry,
am. I am. Yeah, I am.
please proceed.
Okay. Okay. So he just mentions some of the good example of using animal for testing. So here's one another example. There is a thalidomide drug, kind of drug. It was used in a pregnant woman in 1950, and it caused a severe birth defect in babies. But when it was used in an animal, it hadn't proved anything wrong.
Harry, it is your time to share your perspective, not asking questions. Harry, are you there? Harry? I guess he's not audible. He might be facing network issue. Okay, let's move to another participant of my team. Pari. Pari, are you there?
Yeah, Khushi, am I audible?
Yeah, might be Harry is facing some network issue, so you can proceed with the in the replacement of Harry.
All right. Yeah, thank you so much. Hello, everyone. A very warm good evening to all of you. This is Pari from Team B, favoring the topic animal testing should be banned. And as we all know that animal testing is not much effective or efficient because humans are entirely different from animals. And it is a cruel and outdated method of testing various products before putting them in the market, as it is already estimated that more than one.
Am I audible? I'm literally.
Yeah, it is already estimated that more than 110 million dogs, cats, monkeys, rabbits, and rats, including other animals, are forced to endure painful experiments in the US laboratories. And these animals are deliberately sickened with toxic chemicals or infected diseases. These are the painful experiments are done on these innocent animals. And even they are kept in barren cages or typically killed after the experiment ends. So being a human being, we really need to feel their pain or suffering, what they go through. Now in this technological advancements or in this era, we have got many different alternatives to replace these animal testing, which are way more accurate and definitely have no cruelty involved in this, such as cell cultures, human tissues, computer modeling, organs on chips, and so on. And as these are the non-animal methods, often cheaper, quicker and more effective than animal testing. And almost every type of human and animal cell can be grown in the laboratory, or human cells have been used to create innovative little devices. By using these all animals, we can even create devices called organs on chips, or these devices can be used instead of animals to study biological and disease processes. These devices have been developed in such a way which can accurately mimic the lungs, hearts, and kidneys.
Your 2 minutes are up, my dear. Pari, your
Okay,
time is up.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Pari, you mentioned each and every point, and I must say you balanced the timing. I can see that how you managed it, and I must say, even in intervention, you manage your speaking, and not only speaking, I can say that how remarkably you mentioned the each and every point about the topic. So I would like to request Weirdo, can you invite one of the person from your team who can going to contradict Pari?
Yeah. Yeah, now I'm going to invite Ram, who already put his argument. As Leo mentioned that I'll not be stopping you guys, so you'll be given 1 minute and 45 seconds. You can ask question and you can answer, Pari. So you
Yeah.
guys have to manage it well. So I'm starting your timer. Go ahead.
So, Pari, you talked about culture cell, organ on chip, and human tissues, as I talked also. So, can you tell me that if there is a reproductive toxicity or there is a long-term toxicity, will these non-animal method will be able to address them or not, and how?
Okay, so
Can you
as
tell
I have
me?
mentioned these all alternatives, okay, as non-animal research methods, as I know that organs on chips, it mimics the structure and functions of our heart, kidneys, lungs, and other internal organs, including reproductive systems organs as well.
Reproductive toxicity.
And even human tissues, computer models, these are all the including alternatives we can use to just get some human tissues through surgeries, postmortems, or by transplantation as well. So this is like the proven, or it has achieved its intended results as well.
You are not telling
So
my answer. I'm asking about the future generation, reproductive toxicity. What will you deal it with it? And long-term toxicity, how will you deal it with these modern methods, not relying with animal method? Because you can't say the human cell to reproduce. He will not reproduce. It's just a cell on a chip.
actually, in alternatives, there are many more such alternatives which are being evolved, which can just easily
Yeah,
perform
name
its
them.
role.
Please name these.
Yeah, cell cultures, human tissues, computer modeling, and organs on chips. These can be included in this, don't you think? And what I think that these alternatives are quite cheaper and effective one. And if I compare that its price, that so in Dre's rabbit
Your
skin
time is
test.
up, guys. Your time is up. Thank you so much for managing it so well, as you guys didn't overlap. You both of you allowed each other to ask and answer. So moving ahead, now I would like to invite my next participant, that is Ruby, for putting her argument. And Ruby will be focusing on case studies. She'll be mentioning about insulin and penicillin breakthroughs and how they gather the databases in computers. And she'll also mention the conclusion as well. So Ruby, you there?
Yes, we do. I'm here. Hi, good evening to
Please
you all.
start your. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I would like to highlight several breakthroughs that have been beneficial for being on Earth. First, prior to our understanding that chimpanzee's DNA is 98.6% similar to human DNA, it is just because possible due to inventions on it and by the activities observing by the researchers. So, secondly, is the observing dogs. Researchers were able to discover insulin, which has become a life-saving antibiotic for diabetic patients. And for these diabetic patients can live for long and they can live healthier life as well. And don't you think if it is not discovered, then how will be survival of the diabetic patients? And after that, if I talk about penicillin, then through experimentations, it is penicillin has given us the overcome from combat infections so that people can live infection free and healthier life as well. So additionally, breakthroughs, if I talk about, as Ram explained earlier, so it was essential to acknowledge the limitations and ethical consideration associated with researcher methods alternatives. But somehow these alternative methods are coming and deriving from the animal the animal testing only. So that these animal testing researchers are going to be into the databases, so that so these artificial intelligence, with the help of artificial intelligence, and can give you the result. But somehow these results are not going to be more accurate than the animal testing. So that is the thing which is really concernable. And if
Ruby, your
if we
time
are
is
going
up,
to
dear.
stop.
2 minutes are over. Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for muting yourself. Yes, Khushi, now please invite the participant from your team who gonna ask the question to Ruby.
Okay, so from my team, Angel Alita will be the person who is going to contradict Ruby. So, Angel, are you there?
I am there.
Angel? Yeah, please proceed with your questions.
At, yeah. My question is about she is only mentioning about medical purpose and even what's about our environment. The loss of many species, the loss of species is 50 to 500 times higher than extinct species. If animal testing continues as it is, then we can't even imagine the situation of this species in future. And we are making our environment more disease prone instead of making it disease free. Then how can she contradict these points, which are very important for us?
If I talk about environmental health, then animals are having less lifespan. And are you going to put the lives over the are you going to put the animals lives over the human being? Because if I talk about the human beings are not going to kill them deliberately, but yes, they are going to get welfares of the society as well as for the animals and plants as well. Because if I talk about, if these testings are not going to be done, then what will happen at that time? Then you are not supposed to get done the testing, done the cures for the animals and for the human being as well. And we are
But
deliberately
but
we
dear,
are not deliberately putting all the animals on the death of pets. And yes, there is a factor, the animal welfare research is
Your
also
time is
working
up.
on it.
Both of you, your time is up. Yeah. Thank you so much. So, it was good. You guys didn't overlap, and you guys are doing pretty good. It happens in the beginning. It's fine. So, Khushi, please invite your teammates to put the argument.
Okay, so from my team, Vintage would be the next participant who's sharing his and her perspective. Vintage, are you there?
Okay.
First of all, thank you for inviting me for this mega debate. I want to counter question you. First of all, what are your
Vintage, wait a moment. You are not about to ask the question. It's time to share your perspective within a 2 minutes.
okay? So my perspective. First of all, I want to say is that uh, the animal testing, as we all know, it is a traditional method, right? So many of technological methods has been discovered. As we all know that animal testing do not possess, that we all know that it is not much accurate as compared to other studies. As we compare it for like vitro to other methods, that is like, let's suppose we use synthetic skins. Like for example, there is a doctor called Ekwal. So Ekwal sir, he devised one of the method which we call synthetic skin. So synthetic skin is the method where we can able to test various kinds of chemicals that are called irritants. Earlier, it was used for mice. Like mice were first used in 1948, and rabbits were used in earlier times, but it was found that only about 40% of the time it was correct, only about 40%. But if we talk about synthetic skins, then it can able to reach accuracy about 85%, and it and able to detect all the types, all the kinds of synthetic, all the kinds of the all the kinds of irritants for the skins that are found in human. So we can clearly see that the alternative methods, the new advances methods have clearly put things more into a upside. Also, we can we can also talk about like non-animal tests. They are always cost effective.
Vintage, your time is up. Yes, your time is up. Thank you so much for a very wonderful argument. Kushi, let me invite Ruby to ask question to Vintage. Ruby, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Please start.
Okay. As he was telling about the traditional methods, which are going to be older, but if I talk about these traditional methods are going to be give you the answers and helping in your modern studies. And if I talk about the combat diseases which he was asking about, the synthetic skin disease, so it comes under penicillin cure. So what is the point to raise this question, because it is already done by the researchers in previous time. And if we going to talk about the combat the infections, then there are numerous antibiotics and antidotes which are already invented by the researchers earlier. So my question is to you, then why are you raising this question about synthetic skin here right now? It is only comes via animal testing, with the help of animal testing, if I talk about. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, Vintage. You are supposed to answer.
First of all, it is really great. First of all, as we all know that animal testing, as I already declared, that it is not 100% efficient, because the traditional methods always outlays some of, because actually we cannot be able to have 100% replica of the details that we always kind of share with the DNA in all the respective. But advancing medical, or we can say biomedical equipment such as
Guys, your
artificial.
time is up. 1 minute and 45 seconds are up. Thank you so much. So, Kushi, what do you want to say about this? We are almost about to complete our first round.
Yeah, we are almost about to complete our first round, but I guess still there is some minor mistake which I can see people are unable to, especially my participants are unable to understand, that when you are getting an opportunity to share your when you are getting an opportunity to ask the question, in that moment of time you are not only able to only ask the question, you can defend your justifiable answers as well. So these are the way you can do it, and I can see that there is minor mistakes is going in my team, but on the other hand, which I can say that they are sharing their beautiful views, which is really impressive. So I really liked it.
Yes, no doubt. They are managing it so well. Even after being interrupted, they are continuing with the same confidence without getting nervous and without getting distracted. That is commendable. I have seen that, yeah. And that is appreciable. No doubt about that. So let's move with another participant from my team, which is Shirley. And Shirley will be shedding light on the achievements related to this animal testing. She'll be mentioning about COVID, type C hepatitis, cancer, and more things. And she'll also be concluding. So you guys will get a better understanding about her argument. So Shirley, you there?
Yes, can I start?
Please do.
Good evening, everyone. Today, I, Shirley Lily, stand before you to shed light on a very controversial topic, animal testing. Thanks to my opposition, we are already being aware of the already being aware of the darker side of the animal testing. However, here I am to showcase a light on the brighter side of it. One of my opposition has already stated that the animal testing is impractical way. Pretty joking. However, now I would like to state some Nobel Prize theories that has made a wonders into the society as well into the scientific world. One of them is COVID-19 vaccination. We cannot forget about it, right? It has saved life of many. At the times when people were suffering, researchers along with the mice as a model for it has introduced the vaccine that has saved the life of 1.4 million people in the Europe. Blood-borne hepatitis. It is one of the disease that has mysteriously taken the lives of many people. It was not even identified. However, it was only identified after the research that has been done with the chimpanzees, and the researchers said that it was blood-borne hepatitis type C virus, cancer, an uncurable disease that made people suffered and also made them opt euthanasia. Now, the Kiaskere, one of the researchers, has said that we can cure the disease which is uncurable. I would like to state some more development that has been done in the recent era. That is CAR T cell theory that has been introduced into the 2017. Cancer therapy immune that is being introduced into the 2019. At last, I would like to say that if your loved ones is being perishing and they are dying, the only thing that can be done is animal research so that the treatment and the vaccine can be provided to them at time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for putting your argument. You completed all your time, 2 minutes. So, Kushi, please invite your teammates to ask a counter question.
Okay, so I would like to invite G. G, are you
Hello. Yes, I'm here.
there? Okay, so Jay, you are having 1 minute 45 seconds. Try to wrap up your question within a 30 to 40 seconds and try to have an argue with Shirley as well. So yeah, please proceed with your contradiction.
Okay. Okay, Shirley. As you said that animal testing is important to save lives, and you have given the example of COVID-19. Yeah, I agree on this, but I am saying like it's not all about human life. What about animals' life? Is it good to see only human profit more important than animals' life? Because we have to sacrifice many, even millions of the animals have to pay their life. So is it good? And why
That's
are we are not being encouraged to use alternatives instead of this?
That's a pretty interesting question, my friend, and I would like to answer it as you are stating that it is unethical to use animals for the research. What about non-vegetarians? People eat animals on the basis of their daily food. 202 million just chickens are being cut down without any purpose, right? In the research, researchers try to opt the minimum damage theory, that is 3RR theory, so that they could utilize the animals into the better way for the purpose of saving their life. However, alternatives does not provide you such kind of things which a specific human being can provide or specific animal can provide, because it is an compound theory base that has been collected on the basis of animal research. You need to understand how this computer and vitro technology being introduced, because just because in the past animals were experimented and that database has been fit into the computers so that they can utilize that information and can work on the other things.
Your time is up. Your time is up, guys. Okay, so it was such a good argument and answering round. I enjoyed it a lot. So, Kushi, any comments about that?
I must say that Shirley really answered very well, but there was a one thing that I can see that Jay, you might be having some of the other question where Shirley would be not able to tackle it, but yeah, she could say did it well. I really appreciate her. But on the other hand, let's see, my participant is going to make Shirley shock or not. So may I invite my next participant, Weirdo?
Yes, dear, please do.
Okay, so I would like to invite Angel. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, so you are perfectly audible right now as I can listen you. So please proceed with your perspective.
Okay. Firstly, greeting from my side. I'm Ansel from Team B. My point is about exploring alternative is important than animal testing because it not only avoids harming animals, it also reduces environmental issues. As a part of research, we breed animals unnaturally, expose them, and proudly called it a research project, which are actually like toxic in nature, and that shows how we are shaping our future. Many of the animals which are contaminated with toxic viruses or chemicals like mercury, nitrogen, and many more harmful gases in the form of extract materials which are burnt and thrown without any proper means of decompose, which leads to environmental issue, and it may also cause like climate change that affect the ecosystem and biodiversity. And the loss of biodiversity also leads to the mm, it also disrupts the balance of our ecosystem. uh, Animal testing also pollutes groundwater, air, or soils, toxic chemicals, and it leads to habitat destructions. Only 8% animal testings are successful, which is only for 684 millions of world's population. If you compared it as animals killing, then it should be negligible. Then why are why we supposed to do animal testing? We can go for alternatives. And according to MOF, that is Ministry of Environment and Forests.
Hey,
Forest.
Angel, your time is up, my dear.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you so much for putting such an insightful argument. But let's see if there are some question can be asked from your argument. So, Shirley, you there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
Am I
please do start your argument and answering round. Yeah, go ahead.
all right? So, in your argument, you mentioned that it is make animal research is making pollution, okay, in water pollution and like land pollution. First of all, do answer me, how is it this possible? Like they are kept into the laboratories, and if something goes wrong with the animals, they are disposed. Okay, we don't have any choice, but we need to do euthanasia to them. So they are being disposed. So how is in pollution is the one of the reason for the animal testing?
Yeah, I would love to answer it because, as I already mentioned, that for animal testing, we need some facilities, uh, and it can involve clearing natural habitats, dissolving ecosystems, and displaying or harming wildlife. Furthermore, the disposal of waste from testing processes can pollute groundwaters and soil, further damaging habitats and impacting the organisms that rely on them. And the toxic chemicals which release from animals extract are set free in the environment, which leads our pollution and which makes our pollution dangerous.
Okay, so you are stating the thing that is industry is being doing, even if it is not an animal research industry, still they are dumping their waste into the water or creating the pollution. So how is it animal
The time is
research
up.
point?
The
It's
time
also
is up, guys. Yeah, Angel and Shirley, you guys did really well. So, Kushi, would you like to put anything from your side, or shall we move
I
further
must,
with other participants?
yeah, before moving to this next participant, I must say, Angel and Shirley, you really did well. It was nice from you, and thank you so much for sharing your perspective and answering questions and defending your answers too. It was really nice from you. So now we need to move to next participant.
Yes.
It was
Yeah, it is from my team. So Surya will be there, who will be putting his argument, and he'll be focusing on ethics and penalties. He'll be mentioning in his argument that how it is, gonna affect the things, and how we're gonna have more opportunities. Like there will be self-human experiment, and he'll be mentioning protocols and much more. You guys will be listening to this. So be focused. Surya, you there?
Thank you, ma'am, for giving such a nice opportunity. Good evening, respected judges, host, and my dear friend. I would like to express my view on animal research. Before I speak our topic, I want to say one beautiful quote said by Mahatma Gandhi. Humanity is ocean. If you drop of ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. Why I mention this quote here? Because I want to clarify here. I will not support animal research. Those like those are used for making cosmetic products as other unnecessary things. I only support those animals research whose help to save the millions of human life as well as animal lives. Like I want to say, like previous one of the speaker Jay, she said like talking about sacrifice of animal lives, but we also know that there are so many I agree with that sacrifice of animal, but I want to mention there are so many scientists who sacrifice their life, their family, and their loved ones. I want to mention few of them, like Madame Curie. She suffered whole life from radiations, and another like John Salk, who and himself and his family first trial polio vaccine himself, and like another one like Joseph. He tested hydrogen cyanide, such a dangerous cyanide himself. This show that these scientists have ethics, compassion, empathy, and kindly towards human and animals. They are really want to help the human life and animal life. That's why our researcher, they always follow three protocols: replacement, reduction, and refinement. Replacement means they always try to come up with alternate. They are not like doing research
Surya,
animal.
your time is up, dear. Thank you so much. Your argument was a bit impressive, but let's see what other question can be asked from your argument from the opponent team. Kushi, please invite your participant to ask question to Surya.
okay. Thank you so much, Javierdo, for giving me this opportunity to invite my participant. So, Harry, I think he will be the next participant for contradicting the questions.
Yeah, I am here.
Harry,
Shall I
please go
start?
ahead.
Okay, thank you.
No, please.
So yeah, our beloved Mahatma Gandhi himself says ki, he gave the concept of non-violent, and non-violent means do not inflict pain to any other being. So how much pain and suffering animal go through when they are put for experiment. Or not only this, how about the ethical concern? You can, even though you can focus on alternative, yet you are experimenting with animals, and then we have got so many issues. Like, first of all, there is a species differences. For example, for psychological, such as distress, stress, for these kind of experiment, this does not apply to animal. Even if you experiment with them, it will not be applicable to human being. Other than that, how about the animals' right? Gandhi walk us through a different aspect of human life, and he basically promote a non-violent. So he mentioned all these things, the rights of human being, justice. So how about these things? When you experiment with animal, that means they have no autonomy. Even though they can't express themselves like us, we human have a right to express ourselves. They can't express themselves. So does that mean you should just cut them or kill them for your so-called experiment? How about the
Okay.
ethical concern? Don't they
Yes.
go through
Okay.
suffering?
Yes,
They are
Hari.
sentient
Thank
beings.
you. Yeah, thank you for asking this question. I want to say, in like at the last, Gandhi also fallen to violence because they said do and die. Why? They realized that without killing, without taking action, we can't take a freedom. Same thing in like talking about plant, talking about anyone, everyone have life. Still, we
Guys, the
are
time is up.
consuming.
1 minute and 45 seconds are up. Thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah,
Gandhi
this
never
is I
promoted
was a
violence.
bit.
Okay.
Please mute yourself, dear. Thank you. Okay, Khushi. So that was it for these two participants. So who's next? Who's going to put argument from your team?
From my team, I guess Jay, she is not going to put her only arguments. She is going to make you shock as well, Weirdo. As I know about her, that she must be putting some of the valid points which nobody will be having contradiction question. So Jay, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Thank
Please go
you.
ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Good evening, all. I'm Jay, and today I'm here to talk against animal testing. Animal testing is unethical and immoral, as well as the violation of animal rights. Though they are not able to consent or dissent, it doesn't mean that we have right to torture them or to kill them. It's incredibly cruel. Almost 200 million animals are used every year for the purpose of research and testing, and 95% are not protected by the Animal Welfare Act. Animals which are using for testing mice, rats, birds, etc. And I'm not talking about only suffering of innocent creatures, but it's also about the efficacy and ethics of practice. Animal testing is not always reliable. 92% drugs that pass animal trials fail in human trials because the body structure of animals and human are different. And there are some drugs which are useful for people, but dangerous for animals. And human are not only animal who deserve to live, other all creatures deserve. And we are torturing innocent animals just to check our new experiment is working or not, and yet we say animal testing is important to save our life. And I want to say about non-veg consumption and animal testing. The purpose is completely different. In non-veg, we try to minimize the pain of animals. We don't torture them for the days, and we just give them a stress-free environment before killing, and we kill them just in a short. We don't torture them, and this is a cycle of nature that we use, because every creature is parasite. We are dependent on others for our food. Every big animal eats small animal, so it is the cycle of nature. We can't interrupt in this. And I want to ask one question. How would you feel if you were born into a
Hey
scary
Jay,
lab?
my dear, your time is up. Thank you
Okay,
so
thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. Khushi, wanna say something or shall I invite my participant to ask a counter
No,
question?
I must say, no, before moving to the next contradiction question, and I was the next proceeding program. So I would like to say, Jay, you really did well. I must say that the way you were speaking, the fluently you were sharing your views, that was not making me shock only. I guess opponent team too, and Weirdo, I guess you were also shocked by her. What do you
Well,
think?
it was not that shocking, yet she did a very good job. But I guess the questions will shock your teammate, and I'm pretty sure about that. So, Surya, you there?
Yes, ma'am, I am here.
Yeah, so do tell the meaning of shock if you can. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Like even I shocked when she said like non-veg have a purpose. What purpose? I don't understand. Only taste of bird. And like who are doing animal research, they have real purpose to save the lives of animals and humans both. And like see, just sake of name of the nature, you can't kill the animals like your test bird for that's for eating purpose. So where is your ethics in this way? I'm asking.
Okay, let me tell the purpose. The purpose is to maintain a balance in the nature and ecosystem. That is the purpose of non-veg, and it also prevents any single species becoming dominating, so that the every creature depends on other for food. Like I will give you example. Like lizard eats cockroach, and cockroach eats ants, and lion eats dog and other animals. So this is the cycle. And I'm saying, in when we are using animal for this consumption, then we feed them
Ma'am,
properly, then keep
you
them
not
happy
you not
before
feel
dying,
you
and
not
we
okay, you not feel this is crime? It's against humanity.
this is okay, this is also not ethical to kill animals, but it is a it is, if we are not using animals, so the vegetarian food are not enough. If we compare all over the world, it would be very less. That's why non-veg is very important to live. It is, our fundamental need. That's why it is very useful. But
Your
torturing
fun,
animals, it is not our fundamental
where
need.
mention,
It is
ma'am,
just
where mention your,
we are using
ma'am, where
animals
men,
because of our
ma'am,
soft skin and
ma'am,
Guys,
where mention
guys,
your
the time
crime?
is up. The
yeah.
time is
Sorry.
up. 1 minute and 45 seconds are up. Thank you so much, and it was a bit heat up. And our judges will check all the datas and the stats that you people were mentioning while asking question and answering. Um, Yet it was very interesting. I'll not be a debater now. I'll be sticking to my hosting part. With that, I'll be inviting my last participant, Palak, and she gonna summarize the introduction, the history part, the alternatives, the case studies, and the achievements, and the ethics and the penalties as well, with her own perspective and the opinion added to it. So, yes, Palak, you there, my dear?
Yeah, I'm here. First of all, thank you for giving me opportunity. And okay, good evening, honorable judges, respected audience, and my fellow debaters. This side Palak, and here I am highlighting all the points regarding animal testing that my teammates mentioned. As my captain highlighted all the most important points regarding animal history, like why animal testing is important and why we are using this. And moving forward, as Nikhil highlighted, let me describe that point. Development of smallpox vaccine marked a significant moment in medical history. And through this animal research, we found the way for these life-saving breakthroughs. And my fellow teammates, Ram emphasized limitations of alternative methods, and the National Institute of Health acknowledges that alternative and said that we cannot fully replace animal models, and we must have to recognize their limitations also. And when we moving forward, Ruby's case study tells us the significance of animal testing in understanding our genetic connection to with animals, and how we can overlook Sally's point that recent research on mice lead to RNA vaccines against uh, COVID-19, and we can see the ongoing importance of animal models. And at the end, let me put emphasize on the 3R principles that is delivered by Surya. This shows how organizations are not having any malicious intentions and are trying to do their best in regards to animals as well. So, in conclusion, I would
Dear,
say,
your time is up. I'm sorry that you didn't get time to conclude it well, but yeah, it was almost concluded though. So, Kushi, please invite your teammates to ask a counter question from her argument.
Okay, so from my team, Vintage would be the next participant for asking the contradictory question. Vintage, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. First of all, there are many organizations like New England Anti-Vivisection Society that has recently linked like glass fibers as the major carcinogenic, right? But it does not show any kind of link between cancer, like with like any kind of research which was conducted on mice or like on anything like rabbits, rats, and all. So we can say that not all the major chemicals that we used to see and we used to detect can accurately measure on animals. Moreover, that
it is
Hey dear,
like high
please allow
temperature.
her to answer. Yeah.
Okay, answer.
Okay, so what I got these questions, so I just want to answer that. That like most of the we are searching for the medical scientists are searching. They are giving from the data animals, and I would say like in all the regarding when we doing something for in our human and also animals, so we not only without animal testing we can't do this, and we have to help for this animal testing, because in starting we just recognize the our similarity with the human and animals, so that we um, start to animals what we call we start.
The time is up. Guys, the time is up. 1 minute and 45 seconds are up. So, this was the last argument from my team, but there is one participant left from Khushi's team, that is Team B. So, Khushi, please invite your last team member for the round one.
Yeah, sure. Firstly, before moving to the last participant of my team, I must say to the each and every participant who is present and our honorable judges, stay tuned till the end of the debate. Definitely, it is going to be more interesting and more enthusiastic and more encouraging. So hopefully, you guys will stay here. Let's move to the next participant, which is going to be the last as well. That's Harry. Harry, are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
so I would like to say, if this animal experiment hasn't been had not been the issue, country around the world wouldn't have become so much aware of this, right? And if we go back to the past in history, the treatment of animal, particularly their usage in scientific experiment, has raised a significant ethical concern, and there has been a widespread debate against it. During 19th century, we had this kind of society called anti-vivisection society, which was founded by one member. I mean, his name was Franz Power Kobe. He dedicated his entire life for working for the animal right, just because people cut them and use for their so-called scientific discovery. Other than that, they also established British Union for the Abolition of Vivisection in 1898. Can you imagine, in 1898? And not only this, after, because of some heart problem, Kobe, the who pioneered this movement, he died. So even then, his one of his friend, he took over as a head of the society. His name is Hedwin, Walter Hedwin. And not only this, if we just come back to our own country, India, in India, we have lots of laws, and we deals with these issues, such as Prevention of Cruelty to Animal, PC Act 1960. It directly deal with the ban of animal for experiment, and even some, we use for cosmetic product. I mean, we use animal for testing the cosmetic product. So we have kind of committee called the Committee for the Purpose of Control and Supervision of Experiment on Animal. They look after, they supervise whether we use animal for our so-called scientific discovery. They put a ban on cosmetic test on animal. Even we have even put it a import. I mean, we have even banned the import of animal tested cosmetic. If you have tested something on animals, so this product cannot be imported in India. So this is a very major issue. Country around the world are becoming aware of the animal right. Even not only this, even in European
Dear,
Union
your
has
2 minutes
passed some
are
law.
over. Hey, your 2 minutes
Okay.
are over, Harry. Yeah.
Great, Harry. I must
Thank you.
say, the enthusiasm which you were having and the energy in your voice, that was an amazing part of your speech. And thank you so much for sharing your views within a 2 minutes. You manage the time as well as just wrap up within a 2 minutes. I really liked it. So let's ask to Weirdo, who is going to ask the counter question to Harry.
Yeah, one of my finest speaker, Palak. You there, dear?
Yeah, I'm here. So my question
Please
is,
start.
my question is to like without animal testing, how would you suggest we study complex biological process and disease that cannot be adequately modeled in vitro or with computer simulation?
See, as we already mentioned in our debate, that there have been a lot of alternative. You can't just say ki we do not have alternative or they are not 100% perfect. There will always be flaw in some things, and we got to work on them. We have been continuously working for their improvement. Like we have a 3D tissue engineering. Other than that, we have advanced computer modeling. Even
but
uh,
no cure from those alternative yet. So it will be happy to when cure comes, then we would say still not alternative, 100%, and I would say like not uh, from the
so
animal
does
testing above.
so does that mean we should kill animal? For example, if tomorrow we do not
No,
have a meat to eat, so we should kill
no,
human being.
we
Does
are
that
not
mean
killing. Here we are not killing. We are
experimenting?
killing.
And
We are killing in
it is
food and all.
it is
We
as
are
same as killing them because they go through a suffering. Can you feel the suffering? When you are in a trouble, so you go for a counselor, you take help from some people. You express yourself, you become depressed. How about animal? It's just because they can't express it. Does that mean we should use them for experiment? Is that what you mean?
no
We can
here.
speak, we can express ourselves.
Like we are, here we are not suffering and all. We are giving them an emphasis, yeah, when we are trying to experiment on them, but we are killing in
The
food
time
and
is
hot
up,
electricities and
guys.
all.
The time is up. Please mute yourselves.
Weirdo.
Oh,
Weirdo. Weirdo. I must say that Harry gave the last shot of this debate, and if of not this debate, but this first round. And I must say that last shot was the amazing part. Not only one, it was amazing. It was wonderful, Harry. I said, well said, and good work you have done today. What do you think, Weirdo, about it?
yeah, it was like both of them did a really great job. And that is how these argument and question rounds goes. And these guys did justice to that. Like, I don't find any mistake. And yeah, it happens. With time, we can learn if we are making few mistakes. But yeah, it was manageable. Nothing more to focus on the mistakes. But we should appreciate the participants. They did an amazing job. No doubt about that. So, with this, we have completed our first round successfully and very nicely as well. Thank you so much, Kushi, for being with me. You are such a nice host. So, we have completed our first round, and in the second round, we'll be having only two participants. With saying that, now I would like to invite Kushi if she can shed a light on the rules of the second round so the participant won't get confused again and the time limit as well, plus do's and don'ts so they do not lose the marks. Kushi, please share the rules for the second round.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much for giving me the stage and mic as well. So for the second round, from the second round, we will select one participant for each team, and then the one participant will come each team, and they will have an argue for 5 minutes. It should be very polite, not using any other offensive language, and do not take the things very personally. And that should be the thing. That should it is goes. The second thing which I would like to say that these are the things will be continued for the second pair as well, not only pair, the second participant as well. So hope you guys understand. If you have any query right now, please ask. Otherwise, we will proceed with the second round.
I don't think that anybody would be having any queries about as it was pretty simple that only two participants will be selected by the captain of the teams and then they will be arguing with their opponents for 5 minutes and it is up to them how they're gonna utilize their time. Either they can just make it a hodgepodge or they can allow the time for the opponents and answer it well and ask question as well. So yeah, with saying that, let us start our second round. So from my team, the participant who will be going for the second round is Shirley and Ruby. Who is coming from your team for the second round? Please mention that.
From my team, it would be all rounder and mini, and hopefully they both teams are going to be well in this second round on going to turn the table according to their choice, according to their power of knowledge. So let's see, Weirdo, that how they are going to turn the table in this second round.
Well, let's see. I think my participant gonna just throw the tables. I'm counting on them. So, with saying that, let me invite my participant Shirley for the second round. And please do mention your participant's name as well so I can start the timer.
Okay, so from my team, it would be all-rounder, and all-rounder would be going for the Shirley. And hopefully, you guys, all-rounder, are you there? Firstly, let me confirm it.
Yes, I am. Yes, I
Okay, so
am.
now I can see you are having a perfect network connection. So you can go ahead. Your time starts now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm starting the timer, guys. Please utilize your time well and manage it well. Do not overlap each other. That's your job to do. And I'll be taking care of the time. Go ahead.
I'm glad that I got to break the ice. First of all, I would to greet everyone here again. And now I'm going to state that why we are against the animal testing. We see that although animal testing has been very helpful in the past, but now we are in the modern era. All right, now we don't need it. Why? Because we have a lot of alternatives better than animal testing. They are much cheaper, they are much quicker, and they are much better in most of the perspectives. Furthermore, they are much effective in many cases. As per mentioned by my team, my whole team, they have been stating repeatedly that many drugs that have been successful in the animal trials failed in human trials. Moreover, they actually worsen the situations in humans. For example, there was a drug which was there was the relation among the glass fibers and cancer. When it was tested in animals, it did not prove carcinogenic. But when it was tested in humans, first of all it was proved that it was carcinogenic. Moreover, it caused some organ infections and it worsened the conditions of humans. So I must state that animal testing like this, first of all, which is ineffective, it shouldn't be done. Moreover, we got better alternatives like computer models. We can grow the cultures of human cells in laboratories. So why should we go to this reckless thing? Why should we make the animals suffer? Why should we just kill them like this? Because most of the animals did not recover. We just
Okay.
use them and throw them like the tissue. Yes, Ludo.
All right. So, all rounder, I was listening to your point, and since you stated computer modeling, you are talking about silico testing. Interesting. It does have some advantages. However, the disadvantages cannot be ignored. It does provide you with the accurate data, but it does not provide you the assurance that when it would be injected, that vaccination that would be injected into the humans, first of all, it is unethical. Okay, there is a rule that states that before transmitting any vaccination or testing any drugs on humans, two species should be the one who should be experimented or should be tested. Why? Because you cannot play with the lives of humans. Okay, there could be severe consequences just because, even with the voluntary or involuntary. Second thing, you said it is not costly. My dear friend, it is costly as it requires significant investment. Okay, software development and computerizing resources, all of this. Do you think these are cheap? No, it needs resources, and lots of the organizations can afford it but still it would be a very big issue for a larger scale. Now the question arises here that when when the researchers would opt to this computer modelization, they need funds. Okay, so government would provide them fund, but the citizen, whom will the government take these funds from? It would be citizens. Citizen would be need to pay for these funds. So are you okay with it that citizens, the higher the taxes should be, and they'll raise the taxes in order to
Well,
save the organizations? Yeah, sure.
surely. As you stated
Yeah.
that they are much more costly, then I would say it's pretty illogical because it's been tested and they have compared the all of the data. We see that in animal testing, for example, there was skin test of Dre's rabbit. It costed over $1,800 per test. But for same, we used the human skin model and it costed merely $850. Where is 1800 and where is 850? Not only here, there are many more tests. For example, there was some genetic diseases. There was a sister chromosomal aberration animal test. It cost around about $30,000. while in vitro test, when it was done with the like computer technology, and when it was done with the cell culture technique, it costed around about $20,000. There's a difference of 10,000 per test. All right. Moreover, if you state that there is
Okay,
some human law
I
that
got it.
protects humans, then we still got the animal laws which are against it. Moreover, in the past, it was stated by Harry actually that there were actually some campaigns that were running against animal testing. There was BUAV, there was cruelty-free insurance, there was some famous personalities even like Francis Pavakov, like Dr. Hardwin, like Queen
Okay,
Victoria
I
even.
got it.
Guys, the
Yes.
time is up. 5 minutes are over. Thank you so much for participating in the second round. It was really great listening to you guys. You guys did a summary as well and presented different views. It was not even related to, I mean, related to, but not similar to the previous round. And that was very impressive. So, Kushi,
Yeah.
I don't want to delay as we have already, taken almost 1.5 hours. So let us move to the next pair. So who's
Yeah.
coming from your team?
From my team, Mini would be the next participant for the second round.
And from my team, it would be Ruby. So Ruby and Minnie, are you guys ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. My question is to you is you were talking about the 3D cell structure. So if you are going to put all these 3D cell structure or cultures models as alternatives to the computers, then do you think this will give you the accuracy? And if you are supposed to do some more advancements in it, then these alternatives will help you to get the perfect results for the particular particular diseases, or where the scenarios which we are going through, and we want these diseases to cure, then it would be helpful for you to get advancement and for the cures, for the drug dealing, and for innovations. Am I audible?
You're
Yes,
perfectly
dear,
audible.
you are.
Yes, please.
Minnie, you there? If so, you are supposed to answer her and ask questions as well.
Mini, Mini, are you there? I guess he is not here. So Weirdo, are you there?
Yes, dear, I'm here.
In the replacement of Mini, can we take some other participant?
Um, I don't think so. We can replace the participant, but if she's not here and she's facing any network issue or something else, yeah, you can do so. But
Yeah,
yeah,
because
1 minute
just
and
yeah. Okay, so Harry, are you
okay.
there? Harry, still I guess
I
he's not.
am. I am.
Please
I
proceed with
am
the second
here.
round. Please proceed with the second round.
Okay.
Can I ask the question or repeat my question again to Harry?
Yeah. Please do.
What advancements have been made in the development of 3D cell culture models are alternatives to animal testing? As you are supposed to saying about the alternatives which are already entered into the databases. So how will you consider these alternatives are supposed to accurate for the current scenarios and for the advancements of a drug inventions?
See, without a doubt, I mean, they are quite proven. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, you would say these alternative are unproven and can't fully replace animal tests, right? But that is not true because advancement on non-animal method have already received regulatory approval, by government and are being used successfully by leading research around the world. How come you say that? Even company,
But
for example,
I'm sorry to
yeah, go
interrupt you.
on.
My question
Yeah, go on,
is
go on.
3D models like animal models or human models are you going to enter into the databases? But on that relevant that relevant and limited models, are you supposed to get the relevant results after this? I'm talking
Sorry, I
about
didn't get
3D
your question.
models, 3D cell cultures or the models. I'm talking about the silicon models which we are talking about, because they will
See,
be
before,
limited in, yes.
see about three. I mean, about 3D model. I didn't mention it. I don't. I guess I have to read on that because before me there was another participant from my team. So he mentioned. So he have got lot more knowledge about this topic. So I don't think I would be better able to answer it. Although I mentioned that there has been a lot of advancement in technology, or it has been given approval by government around the world. So how come you say that is, I mean, they are not unproven and cannot replace animal testing?
I'm
Because they
going
have
to
been
tell
given
you the
approval.
fact. Yes, I'm going to tell you the fact. Dr. John Carlos G. Marvins from neuroscientists and researchers from UCLA, that is United University of California, Los Angeles, and he is proven to that if you are going to use these 3D cultures, then you will get limited access of it, and you are not going to suppose more invention on it if you are going to get more innovations, and if you want more drugs to be safer and invasive. Have you got the answer?
Can you? No, I didn't get it. I mean, you just see many major medical advances did not require animal testing at all. I mean, do not require medical
I'm just
testing and animal
supposed to
testing.
ask you about 3D cell culture, which is defined about the 3D models, animal models, or the human models, which are which you are supposed to get as an alternatives into the databases. That is called silicon or vitro studies.
See,
Yes,
I guess
please.
I have to read on that 3D model. I'm not much aware of this, but other than
Thank
that,
you,
I have
Thomas.
read a lot about.
Thank you. I got my answer.
Okay. So, can I ask you another question?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So, am I audible?
You are audible, Harry.
Yeah. So, are you unaware of the rapid progress in non-animal testing method like organs on chip and not only this, if you consider some economic incentives, so have you considered the market advantage of adopting cruelty-free practices? I mean, if we compare animal testing, it has a market estimated around 28 billion. On the other hand, if we use an alternative, so we have only its market estimated around $1 billion. So can you see the economic incentive? Other than that, if we see the public opinion and legislation, so how do you reconcile with stand with growing anti-animal testing sentiments among people, with more bans incoming, and how viable is animal testing is for future? So, I mean, name one key human medical advance solely reliant on animal test. Can you tell me any medical, I mean, breakthrough happened just because of animal testing? And other than that,
Right
we
now,
have
if
some
I talk
ethical.
about the recent example for about animal testing, that is COVID-19 pandemic vaccination, and it is worldwide famous. That is, it was experimented on mice, and then we will get to vaccinated ourselves so that we can live a safer and happiest life ever. And if I talk about these alternatives, I'm fully aware of
Guys,
all
the
these
time is up.
alternatives.
Guys,
Yes.
please mute yourselves. We have
Okay.
completed our second round. Thank you so much. So it was really great, even though we did had some inconvenience because of the team B's participants, but still, your opponent team managed it really well. So Khushi, would you like to mention the do's and don'ts for our final round again and format?
Yeah, sure, Viado. Before moving to the third round, I must say, Harry, it was unexpected for you. I can understand the things, but yeah, you really did well. As I was not expecting that much too as well, but you were the person who proved it that yeah, unexpectedly people can do well. Thank you so much, Harry and Ruby. It was really nice from you guys. So let's move to the third and the last round of this debate, that is conclusion round. From each team, the one participant will come and he and she will conclude his and her major and valid points within 2 minutes. That is the rules. And the second thing, that you are not guys going to counter each other points, just going to tell the advantage and disadvantage of that and how it would be beneficial, that if we will implement this and that. That's it we are going to do. Be polite with your words and do not make harsh it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, my dear, for sharing the rules and the do's and don'ts. Although we don't have much to do with the do's and don'ts, as these people are pretty aware about that. So, to summarize all the points that have been put from my team, I would like to invite Radhe Radhe. She's the captain of our team A, and I think she'll be the right person to do the summary part, plus to tell the advantages and the disadvantages and why we are focusing on this particular side of the topic. Yes, Radhe Radhe, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much. And I'm Radhe Radhe from Team A. I'm going to give the conclusion part. So, in conclusion, when considering the advancement in medical research, the development of life-saving treatments, and the importance of ensuring human safety, animal testing remains a necessary and valuable tool. And we cannot deny this thing, because we have got many vaccines through this. We got many ideas through animal testing. And if we talk about the main things, that maybe obviously tuberculosis, Ebola vaccines we got from this. And it also helps to create a medicine called Herceptin. Okay, it is a humanized mouse protein, has helped to increase the survived rate on breast cancer also. Okay, in other words, how it is important that animal testing also is a crucial, and because that is vaccines are safe. Animal testing also contributes to life-saving cure and treatments, and there is also adequate alternative to testing on living whole body system. As opposite team also mentioned, that why can't we take the why can't we take the human cell, and why can't we do on the experiment on that? So for that also, like if we study the cell in petri dish, so then we will be unable to find that what is happening in another body part, and we will not be able to get the information about the side effects of occurring in different body organs or body system. And we will also not get opportunity to study the results occurring in like endocrine system or immune system. So that's why human testing is really very important. Another thing also, like animals themselves benefit for the results of animal testing, and people also says that why like this is the very cruelty towards the animals. It is because like vaccine tested animals saved thousands of millions of animals that would otherwise have died from rabies, hepatitis virus, and tetanus, as I've mentioned before, like canine parvovirus. Animal testing has proved very helpful in saving endangered species from
Dear, your
extinction.
time is up. Radhe Radhe, your time is up, dear. Yeah, and I would say that you very masterfully concluded all the points and even the detail. You told the details about the arguments and the questions that we have mentioned till now. So thank you so much for that. As we are about to complete our debate, it is the third round, and my team members, they have already participated in all the round, and there only one participant from Team B is left to conclude, to summarize the debate from their side. Kushi, please invite your teammates or the captain of your team.
Okay, so let's invite our one of the most star of the debater, and I would say that's all rounder. He is the captain, not only captain, a good, brilliant speaker as well. So yeah, let's invite him. All rounder, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Please proceed with your conclusion part.
Yes, sure, I am on it. So, guys, I'm gonna start. It's all-rounder first of all, the captain of Team B. My team and I are in the favor of banning animal testing. For justification of this favor, we got piles of reasons to do so and tons of evidences to prove it. For instance, although animal testing have been important for medical advancement in the past, but now it's no longer needed for any further scientific research because we are not only killing animals for this, that's also ineffective. For example, there was lethal dose 50 LD50, which approached animals to ingest toxic substances. And in this approach, half of the animals were died, and those who survived were killed after that. Instead of that, now we have put another alternative for this by donating human tissues for this research. And the accuracy has been improved from 60 to 65% to 85% directly. Moreover, when we use that in animals and the result came, that would not actually effective in the humans, although it mainly caused the situation to worsen up. For example, it caused the features of toxicity in humans and caused something like carcinogenic in human tissues as well. Now, animal testing has never been reliable as well in the test as per I have stated, and animal testing remains unsuccessful on humans. Then for merely one product, we kill millions of animals and drain billions on ineffective products. Neither animal testing is environmental friendly, nor it's leading to progress in human anatomy anymore. Moreover, if it had been reliable and acceptable in the past, the famous personality like Queen Victoria won't ever had standed against it. So no matter what we do, there were many arguments regarding it that it is not reliable and there's nothing that can replace it. There are many cheaper and much better alternatives like cell culture technique, clones, computer models, and human tissues. So it's not applicable from medical, ecological, ethical, economical, in any aspect. It's not applicable.
All rounder,
So I guess
dear,
that
your
would be
time is
evident
up.
enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for the appreciation, and also you amazingly completed your conclusion and summary part. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, all rounder, for sharing your personal views and about the conclusion part. Given in moreover, you given an amazing instance over here that proved not only that it should be not happen, animal testing should be not happen. It I found, and it was really justifiable. Thank you so much, all rounder. Okay, so we are about to reveal the results as well. So before revealing the results, I would request you to introduce our judges, that who is going to reveal our result of this debate.
Yeah, our esteemed judges gonna reveal the results, but let us give them some time to conclude the results, as they have to calculate the marks that each and every participant got in these 3 rounds. So I guess it's gonna take some time, and that is pretty fine, because the debate was quite engaging and it was very interesting, and it was giving those real debate vibes. Obviously it would be a bit difficult for them to decide who gonna win, but yeah, let's see. Fingers are crossed. So what you want to say that how it was?
It was not only
Interruptions, I guess, from my side. Hello, good evening, all. I'm your new host. Just kidding, yeah, I'm not the host. Just here for an announcement. Hope you guys are enjoying the debate really, really well. Hope this debate is making your mood uplift by maybe 7 skies or 9 skies. So the announcement is you guys can also vote that which team wins. Just see the chat of the English Learners channel. There you can see the poll. Have a wild guess which team wins. Let's participate. Yeah. Over to you, Weirdo and Khushi.
okay. Thank you so much. Whoever is present on this VC, they can vote their opinion and they can throw their opinion regarding this poll. So hopefully they will. So Weirdo, what do you think that your team is going to win and lose?
See, it all depends on the performance, and being a part of debate from a very long time, I was observing these people quite, uh, quite focusedly, quite nicely. So I would say that there were some mistakes from your team members, yet they managed it so well. They were not very clear about the rules and format. That was one mistake, and you guys even replaced one of your participant at at one of the rounds. So yeah, that is something that gonna deduct their marks. But even after that, these people you know maintain it so well, because if you are not doing well, you are not aware about it, then you have been told and you are coming up with your 100%. That is something that we should consider. So I feel that my team gonna win, as I've already told you in the beginning, but I do appreciate your team members' efforts as well. And it's not my decision, but it's my perception and opinion, but let's see. It's up to judges and the members as well. They are also voting.
Okay, let's see that how people are going to support our team and you as well. And hopefully the judges' decision will be final decision. There would be no more argues regarding their decisions. And not only decisions, yeah, there were few major changes was in our rules and formats. So I can see that there were few lack of awareness. People were not much more aware in my team because they did not get that much time because they were just managing the team and all this stuff. So I must say I appreciate these things, especially our team captain, that's all rounder. He really did very well work of giving the team each and every effort, whatever he could do according to his choice. He did as much as extraordinary efforts he could do, he did. And I must appreciate it. The second thing, in the second round, whatever the just because of inconvenience of many, she was really having a bad network connection as she could not take part in the debate. I'm really having regret for it, but hopefully the whatever Harry did unexpectedly, I really expect that, yeah, the results would be in our favor. Let's see and hope for the best.
Yes, surely, dear. And also, it is not about that who gonna win, but yeah, we have to, cheer them up. We have to, let them know that they are the best, and this is our job to do. And yeah, and they also deserve the appreciation and the cheering. But at the same time, it also tell you that where do you stand and where you have to improve. What are your areas to improve? Because each and every debate gonna tell you how to manage the stress, how to manage the time, how to manage your arguments as well. Because there is always something that you forgot to mention, and after that you realize, oh yeah, I could have included that one, but it's fine. So let leave the results to the members and the judges. But now I would like to give a really, really big thanks to you. It was my first time hosting with you, and I would say that you were an amazing and a very calm and polite host. Even all of that sarcasm, you didn't, get offended, and I do appreciate your politeness and your sweetness. Thank you so much, dear, for being here and to host with me. It was such a nice company. I enjoyed it a lot.
I must say that it was my pleasure to have you in my debate as a co-host. It was not only me who made it grand. I must say that you were also the part of it, and you made it that in that level we found it. We are successful debaters, right? We are having successful debaters right now. So I'm very thankful to each and every participant, and not only participant, our honorable judges and the audience, lovely audience as well, who gave their precious time to be here, and not only time, they listened them and giving their votes towards the team as well. That I really liked it. So thank you so much everybody who gave their vote, not only vote, their precious time too. Thank you so much once again.
Yes, we should appreciate the, patience of the members who are present on the VC, and they have been listening to it since the beginning. Yeah, there are few members who have to leave when they are getting something, but we can just, understand this how interesting the debate was and the topic as well. So the topic was not an easy topic. It was a very tough topic because on the one side you are saying that yeah, we should have people who are suffering from the disease. If there is somebody who is suffering from cancer and some incurable disease, we want them to live longer. We want them to be happy and healthy. Yet at the same time, we are against on the certain things that that no, we are not allowing experiments on the animals. Then what is the way out? And both of the teams, they argued so well that now we can literally and clearly look into all the aspect of it, that what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, and what we are giving and what we are getting when we are doing it. So yeah, this was such an insightful debate and such a knowledgeable one, because these people worked really hard, like they have been preparing since last 1 week, even after having a lot of things in their personal life. And we were just here for 2 hours, and we got all the knowledge and the perspectives and opinions from both the teams. So it was really good. Kudos to you guys. You did an amazing job for Team A and Team B as well. uh, Kushi, now I want to ask to you, like, we have thanked each other, we enjoyed the company. What do you want to say about your teammates, about their hard work, or maybe the less time they've got, and about the organizers of the debate?
I must say the organizers of debates, they really made the rules and format of this debate. And I can see that there was few minor changes as I earlier mentioned about that. So I can see that there was like some of the things which were changed, but yeah, I can see the changes was really amazing. It should be happen. The participants who was not getting chance in the second round, they were getting chance in the first round. That was an amazing part of the debate. The second thing, I really appreciate my teammates because since 1 week they have been working for it, and they in the very less amount of time they did all they already cover the whole points of each and everything regarding the topic. So in such a way, it was not only insightful, I can say sharing the knowledge with the summary, which I can say. In the 2 hours we got such knowledge which they were preparing since a week. So in such a way, I can say concisely, precisely, and in the very brief summary, they gave us a knowledge within a 2 hour. So whoever listened their points, argue, and whatever they have done in this mega debate, I must say they must would have got some of the knowledge that it should be happen or not. And I must say that it should be not happen, but in some, as a pet lover of mine, I'm a very pet lover, so I must say that it should be not happen. But on the other hand, we should think about the development of our country. So on the other hand, I would say that it should be, but let's see what would be the judges final decision. I'm waiting for that. I'm very eagerly waiting for that. And thank you so much for my teammates who really did well job in this debate, given the tackle the each and every problem of the questions and contradicted the questions very well. I really like that.
Yes, I do agree with you, sort of partially though. But yeah, see, there can be some alternatives for the topic that we have just discussed, but yet at the same time, when there were the tortures because of these experimentation all on humans, so because of those lower castes, those poor people, so we didn't like that. But when we look at other species, some animals, then we kind of feel okay, it's fine. We become a bit cruel, but at the same time, we know that we are doing it for the benefit of human species as well. But when people eat the non-veg, I mean, there's no benefit. Like one of my participants mentioned it in the argument and question round that what about those people who are just eating animals just to have a good taste for a few minutes? That is it, and what they are getting out of it. So yeah, it is still debatable. We can even debate as hosts, and I am seeing that, yeah, my debate spread is coming, although I'm blacklisted. Leave it. So, with that, now I don't want to take it or drag it more, but I would like to thank to Harsh, to Leo, to Emperors, and Dinesh sir, and other people. If I'm forgetting name, uh, please accept my apologies. I'm not that good with remembering the names. I would like to thank you guys that you, in a very short period of time, you managed to organize the debate, and this is very difficult. To have such a big debate, such a lengthy one, where 7 participants are participating from each team, in total 14, and then we are giving them the time that they need, the separate time, so they can put their arguments, so they can answer and ask questions in a very nice way. So it was really great, and I'm looking forward to have more debates.
I'm also looking forward as well, and I'm pretty sure that the next time, the audience who is here as a spectator, definitely they will be the part of the next debate, and yeah, they must be having some enthusiasm regarding the debate as well. So I'm looking forward that too. And yeah, having a such platform and sharing their knowledge, it is also one of the best thing which I can say. English learner is not only giving the platform, they are just giving a very summary of the things, having a good sessions. Not only it is the not only good session, the best session of this group. And I can say that this is an amazing going on each and every month and each and every week as well. So I really liked it, these things, people are not only concisely mentioning their points, they are sharing their things and expressing their views with the confident way. That I really liked.
Yes, it is. So, Kushi, did you participated ever in the debate?
It's been around, I guess, 2 to 3 times I participated, and yeah, this is. What
Yeah,
about
so
you?
how was your experience, or do you see any differences when you participated and now when these people are organizing the debate? Is there any improvement? Can you see any difference?
I must say that there's a lot of improvement. I can see drastic changes. I can see the rules, not only the rules. I must say in the debaters as well. In the initially when I took part, I was really a kind of beginner, still even I am. So I must say that in that moment of time, I was having a lot of hesitation. But just because of this debate, what I can see that I'm having a confidence to speak over here. So in such a way, I can say the debate is only the thing where you can be confident. You're not only confident, share your things and explore yourself more and more. So this is, I can say, the second thing which I would say, that in these debates, what what I am seeking for, that what I was seeking for and what actually I'm getting right now. The debaters are not doing well only, they are just not sharing their points. They are doing the teamwork, which I really liked. There are rarely you can find such kind of unity, which I'm finding that both teams, they're having a good combination and coordination with each other. That exactly I liked.
Yes, that is. And I also see a very big difference. The teams are very well organized. The members are very clear. Like my team members are very clear about the rules and the regulations and the format. Yet your team was a bit disappointing in that way. Yeah, I have to mention that. But still, I'll forgive them on your behalf as well because it's fine. It happens. Like they were beginners. It's okay. But at the same time, I feel that, when we are having these debates, we are seeing the improvements. Again, we do know that there can be some improvements as well. So for improvement part, I don't know if these people, they have been noticing it. I would like to start with you. Do you find any feedback that is worth mentioning that we can do, include in the future debates?
In future debates, before being host, what I asked to the organizers, I would not like to take the name of them, and I must say that the last rules and the format which we had, that was just kind of question answer. People were not getting an opportunity to argue with that particular person who has shared his and her opinion. But now they are getting in the first round. The participants who are not getting selection in the second round, they are at least getting that opportunity to share. Not only having argued, they can at least ask the cross question and defend their answers too. So this is the biggest decision which was taken in this debate. So I can say, yeah, in my participant there was a lack of awareness regarding the rules. But yeah, after all, I can say this one, that after 2 to 3 participants, I saw that my participants were following the each and every rules of this debate very well, and I really liked it. The second thing I must say, that there should be some changes, but yeah, organization already noticed it, and definitely they will implement on the next debate onwards. So I guess everything was up to the mark. There was no need to mention something more. If you have something, you can share with us.
Yeah, we
Certainly,
can.
guys. Again,
Yeah, Harsh,
Harshawat
please go ahead.
here.